Hey, Spooky Morales and everybody in chat. Welcome back to another episode of the Paranormal Chop Shop.
Hey,
How's it
Chad.
going?
Very good. How you doing, man?
It's going great. Going great.
Awesome.
Finally made it through the week, man. Finally got to Friday.
This week seemed like it was a long week.
Yeah, and it got warmer. It got progressively warmer in the factory as the week went on, so it just got miserable.
In the warm months, is it really hot in there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in Michigan it gets really humid, so
yeah.
it's like a rainforest sometimes. I mean, you walk outside and it's just gross.
Oh.
Yep. The only one that would like it.
Can't wait to get in your air-conditioned car.
Yep. Yeah, I mean that's the problem is you can't drive into work in the air conditioning because as soon as you get out, it's going to be instant drenched. So you got to play the game. It sucks. How was your week?
It's going okay, man. It was my son's birthday, so we had a nice celebration for him. It was really cool, and got to spend time with family. You and I had some really good Chad Smith podcasts.
Yeah, it was a good week for it.
I thought it was awesome, and maybe you want to announce that we're available now on all podcasts.
Yeah, just so you know, everybody, the Chad Smith podcast is available everywhere that you can get podcasts. So Apple Podcasts or actually, I was using a podcast app. I use Pocket Casts. I've been using it for a long time, and I typed my name in there, and it showed up in there too. So anywhere you can get a podcast, type in Chad Smith podcast, and you can listen audio only for now, but YouTube does still have the video version.
Hey, man, we got to celebrate.
Yeah. Well, normally I'd run down everybody in the chat and say hi to everybody, but I've got a couple of guests backstage, and I don't want to keep them waiting.
No.
So let's bring them up. This is from Weeping Willow Paranormal. Please welcome Kassy and Reese.
Hi, Kassy. Hi, Reese.
Hey. Hi. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
It's going to be a fun Friday. So what are you guys up to today? You're into the paranormal, obviously. Mm-hmm. How long have you guys both been into that? Are you both in the same? Well, obviously you're in the same YouTube channel, but have you been together the whole time?
Okay, so a little backstory. So I've always been interested in paranormal. I think Reese has too, basically. But last year I started wanted to start investigating, and then one of my really good friends, Crow of Judas, I'm not sure if you heard of him, he's like, do it on YouTube. And I was like, I don't know how to edit. And he's like, just do it. So I started. So I started investigating with my husband, and then he's a super skeptic. He was like, no, like whatever. So I asked Reese, I go to school, or we're finished school now, but I was at school with Reese, and I was like, Reese, do you want to come along with me on an investigation? And she's like, sure. And then, so me and her started doing it more often. And then my husband kind of like left and then like out of the team or whatever. But now, because we're doing more traveling, he's kind of back as our camera guy. So me and Reese will be more up front. But
cool.
That's kind of how it started.
Yeah, we've been doing it just a little over a year now. I think we just celebrated our 1 year.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Congratulations.
Awesome. Yeah, congrats.
That 1 year flies by, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, in a flash, especially through COVID times, too. Like, it all merged together, so.
Right. Yeah, so what kind of...
I was just checking out one of the latest videos where you were walking through the old house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was really cool. The house was awesome.
Yeah, that one was a process to get it out into the world for people to see, just because the owners had... she wanted to see the episode first, but... it was a whole like rigmarole, and finally she watched it and she loved it. So it was like, okay, I'm gonna put it out in the world, because that one had some really interesting evidence. Not as much evidence as our other locations we've been to, but definitely enough that we wanted people to see it. So
yeah, and that one had a really good story and backstory behind it too. So really like those really juicy stories behind your locations.
Yeah,
who's doing all the editing and production because it was really cool.
Oh, that's all Kassy.
That's me.
Very nice.
Great.
And I'm the one. I was like, I don't know how to edit. Like literally, I just watch YouTube videos now and just practice, right? So
makes it much easier. That's awesome. That's how I learned a lot of stuff on here. I mean, I didn't know how to use this audio interface or any of the equipment in here, so YouTube helped out with that. That's awesome. Yeah, and that house looks really creepy too. Like everything's real old. Still has the old radiator heaters.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a creepy looking house.
The wooden floors crack when you walk on them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so loud.
Yeah. That's so nice.
Cool.
I'm trying to scrub to a spot right here I can show. Let's see here, share screen.
But you guys, you're so bubbly and outgoing, and you seem like awesome, happy people. How did you get into this creepy stuff? I mean, what got you into it?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean,
Did you like a lot of scary movies or something? Or
I don't, which is the most. I'm like I'm a contradiction. So, I like watching like werewolf vampire types, but ghost movies, I don't know why. But I've been interested in the paranormal since I was a kid. I used to read all those like Haunted Ontario, because we're Canadian, from Ontario. So I used to watch a lot of those read a lot of the Haunted Ontario books and the Haunted Canada books, and like spooky stories, and like I've always loved reading like that type of paranormal. I used to write ghost stories when I was in like grade 4 or whatever, like back a long time ago. So I've always just been interested in it. And then I didn't realize I didn't have like Travel Channel, so I didn't know Ghost Adventures really existed. And then YouTube kind of popped up for me about almost like 2.5 years ago. Is when I realized paranormal investigation really was a thing, like to do, and for people to do. So that's how. Yeah. Cool. But Reese is way more creepier than me.
Oh yeah, I love all the horror stuff. Creepier the better.
Tell us
Bring
something
it on.
spooky, Reese.
Oh geez, I mean,
what got you into it?
Horror movie buff. Oh, horror movies, definitely, 100%. Love those. Love the whole Paranormal Activity series, like the Insidious movies.
Ooh.
So I like a good scare.
See, yeah. I'm so opposite of that.
See, I played Ouija board a couple times as a kid too, so that was fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We had one of those around between one of the families. Either my mom or my aunt had it, but it was around somewhere, and I just remembered not wanting anything to do with it. But, and I was kind of curious because I'm like, I don't understand. I was very like a physical, like scientific method type of person. So when Sonny's here, what in the world? Sonny, where are you at? We're in the middle of an interview here.
Awkward.
See, when this guy...
I was just coming in to see how everything was going, man.
This is what happens when somebody just... when you're on somebody else's channel, he just takes over whenever he wants to. Man, that echo is hellacious.
It's the wind, man. I'll let you guys get it. I jumped in to say hi.
All right, thanks, Sonny.
All right.
See you, buddy. He's even got his Paranormal Chop Shop shirt on.
So, to anyone in the audience that doesn't know, Sonny is the originator of the Paranormal Chop Shop.
Yep.
And he does the show with us and also the Chad Smith podcast every Tuesday and Thursday. But this week's a very big deal to him because he's doing his races out there in Fresno. Evans, what's it called? Evans Field? Is that what it's called, Chad?
Eagle Field,
yeah.
Yep, Eagle Field.
Okay, Eagle Field. Yeah, and so they're having some really cool races out there. He's been sending us some videos behind the scenes, and it's amazing what they do.
He gets so excited about it, too. He loves it out there.
Mm-hmm. But that's our boy, Sonny.
That's our boy, Sonny, out there racing.
As soon as I can figure out how to sign back out of here, I'm going to go.
How to sign back out of here? Here, we can make that. Oh, I can't. I can't even kick you out. It's your channel.
I'm scared I'm going to kill that Willie. I don't want to mess it up.
No, don't take us offline. Is it this button here? End broadcast?
Yeah. That'd be a short show.
That happened on UFO Garage one night.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Big Willie came in to say hi, and then he went to go leave, and he hit the wrong button and shut the whole thing down. So
anyways, back to...
Before we were rudely interrupted by the
Reese
owner
was
of the
telling
channel.
us about her favorite horror movies and how she got into the paranormal.
Yeah, lots of Ouija board as a kid. Yeah, then I got into like the whole witchy crystal stuff. So yeah,
cool.
into all the creepy stuff because who wants to be normal?
Well, you fit right in with us. All of our friends are witches and card readers and
Yeah.
all the spooky stuff.
Yeah, I've been looking into the card reading thing. I've been starting it a little bit, so looking more into that as well. But yeah, all that stuff just super fascinating.
It's pretty interesting when you start getting into it and you give people readings, even with the oracle cards. Even if it's just by random chance and you pull out a card and read it for someone, and it's crazy sometimes with their reaction, because it's like, I mean, sometimes they even start crying. It's like, whoa, it
Yeah.
resonated that well, and they're like, yeah, I mean, that was spot on. It's crazy how it works sometimes. And the tarot reading is even crazier. I mean, it gets even more
Yeah,
defined.
I've done one or two where they were just like, that's actually pretty accurate, and I'm like, no way.
Yeah, isn't
Because
that
it
crazy?
shocks you, because you're like, oh, I don't know. I mean,
It does.
this is how it's going. This is what the interpretation means to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just strike that chord, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy how it all lines up. I don't even remember the first one I did, but even the first or second one I did, it resonated with the person. So it's almost like, I mean, I've heard it before where it's not really you doing it. It's like spirit is speaking through you, like using you as a tool.
Yeah.
So I guess it doesn't really take a whole lot as far as the oracle side goes, but the tarot, I know the tarot is you have to be a lot more intuitive for that.
Yeah.
Chad,
Yeah,
how long have you and your sister been doing your Sunday morning readings show?
Oh, our Sunday morning readings are on Oracles and Beyond's channel. And she's dropping your link. Awesome. Thank you, Kassy, for doing that. Appreciate that. That's
Yes, thank
their
you.
YouTube channel, Weeping Willow Paranormal. Yeah, my sister and I read on Kassy's channel every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, and we've been doing that now for, I guess, a couple months now, right? 2 or 3 months?
Mhm. I think so.
Yep, and Kassy's got me built up with a bunch of oracle cards, a whole bunch of decks over here, so my
Got
collection
more
is
decks
growing.
than you know what to do with?
Yeah. More decks than I need. She just keeps sending them.
No, but the Sunday morning show is really awesome with you and Molly. It's so relaxing and peaceful way to start your Sunday morning. So anybody that would like to check that out, Sunday mornings on YouTube, the channel is called Oracles and Beyond.
Yeah, it's a fun time. It's very relaxing. Sometimes it's too relaxing. I'm listening to that slow music, trying to
Right.
wake up, and it's just like, it's Sunday. I'm supposed to be sleeping. So, and you guys said you've been doing your channel for about a year now?
Yeah.
Which is surprising, because if you look at the work that you guys have done, there's a lot of content on there.
Thanks. We try our best to go out as frequently as possible, working around school schedules, work schedules, kids'
Yeah.
schedules, this and that. So it's
Mhm.
definitely a challenge sometime, but we try our hardest.
Yeah, and we usually try to release every other Thursday at 9 Eastern. So,
Okay,
yeah.
excellent. So
Which
what?
one is your? I'm sorry, Chad. I was going to ask
No,
them
go
which
ahead.
one is their favorite one they've done so far.
That's what I was going to ask.
I would have to say the Back House. It's in Pentanguishene, Ontario. It's really well known. It's an Airbnb, so anyone can stay there. It's actually relatively affordable too. It's like I think it was like 170 Canadian, so that's probably like 120 US or something like that. So it's really, it literally had every. Like, if I recommend, because it's a 3-part series we put on our channel, it had every piece of paranormal evidence you could possibly think of. We didn't capture any shadow figures, but like I got rushed in the kitchen because all our batteries were dead in the morning. So it was my own fault. I should have been charging through the night so we can keep recording more. Lesson learned. Like, we're still learning. So I got rushed in the kitchen by a shadow figure. We had a Class A EVP, like multiple EVPs, but there was one that was super clear. We had cat balls light up. Reese heard a disembodied voice in the hallway. When the paratunes went off, which is like a music box that's like a motion sensor. What else happened there, Reese? Spirit box, like,
jeez. Yeah,
I would say that would be enough to get me out of there.
Yeah. Nah, and we've spent the night too. Like, that was one of the very first like fully overnight ones that we did. And I remember I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sleep in this bedroom, and Kassy was like, yeah, not a chance. I'm sleeping on the couch.
Yeah, because there was 2 bedrooms, and there was this one bedroom. Reese was like, "I'll sleep in this one," and I'm like, "Okay." The one felt so uncomfortable there. So I slept on the couch, but the whole time while I was sleeping, I hardly slept because it was a love seat, and I'm like 5'7", so I did sleep comfortably. And I kept feeling I was being watched, like, so I did not sleep.
Yeah, that was a common denominator. Like when we were sleeping, like it felt like somebody was watching me sleep too. And then when I went home, it felt like somebody was watching me sleep at home for a couple nights too,
You think
before
you
they
had a
finally like went
hitchhiker?
away. Yeah, I think
Hitchhiker.
so. Yeah, for a little while.
Wow.
That is interesting how that works. The hitchhiker phenomena.
Now, Kassy, could you tell me, you saw a shadow figure? Could you describe like what you saw there?
So it was pretty tall, but it was just like it was like a darker shadow than like a typical thing. And I was like pouring. Reese was deep into the kitchen, and I was at just pouring tea. And it was out of the corner of my eye. I just saw this black shadow just rush up to me. Like, so it was like, it didn't have a full form, but it was just like, it was kind of like just like a kind of, you could tell it was like a person size basically, but it was like darker than a typical shadow. And then how it moved, I'm like, that was not natural. So we tried to debunk it. We tried to like shifting in the kitchen. I had like Reese move, but I mean, it didn't make sense where she was and where it was. Like, we were just trying to reason it out because we're like, it was so unbelievable, but it was definitely unexplainable there. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Hey, Chad, you're muted.
I'm sorry, I'm muted. I noticed that.
Right.
Sorry. So when you see these, it's a dark shadow, but have you ever seen, it's hard, like not a black shadow, but have you ever seen one where it's almost just like phased out, kind of where it's just kind of gray, where you don't really know if it's really there or not?
I don't think I've come across that. Have you seen anything like that, Reese?
No, I haven't really seen as much as I've heard. Like I hear a lot things more than I'll see them. That's for sure. So
I've been interested in figuring out why like, because some of them are full body apparitions where it's like, it looks like somebody's actually just standing right there in a full body physical. And then some of them are kind of shadowy, and then some of them are just black shadows. So, you know, I've been trying to figure out like what the difference is between, like, why would one be kind of half in, half out, and why would one be solid? Why would one be just a black shadow? Like, are those darker entities? Have they been here longer? Are they more confused? Like, I haven't really heard a difference between those two.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, like, at that location, I didn't feel like, it felt uncomfortable just because we constantly felt like feeling like we were being watched while we slept, or we had a lot of like EVPs, like disembodied voices, but it never felt dark there. You know what I mean? It kind of just, it felt busy, I guess. So I don't know. I think it was just because of how much activity and it was there. I think it was just whoever, like, I don't know if it was the male that Reese felt like she brought home or what, because the Class A EVP was a male's voice, so it's hard to say. I don't know.
yeah, and in that location in particular, there was a lot of like child energy because it was like an old Miller's house and they had like 9 kids. So it definitely felt like somebody was trying to like prank us and play jokes with us. Like I was joking with Kassy, oh, I'm going down to the car. How funny would it be if the paratunes went off in the other room while you're sitting in the living room? And then the second I left, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Oh.
And like you'll see in the static cam footage too, you hear me get off the couch and I'm like, I couldn't even process it at first. And so Reese had just left. So I like went right to the door and I'm like, Reese, I didn't even like think about looking where it was going off because it was in a bedroom. Like there was no way because I was sitting on the couch. So like I went right to her, but she couldn't hear me. But then I realized there was another door, so like Reese couldn't hear me. But that's also when she heard the disembodied voice too, in that hallway, a woman's voice. So yeah, it was really weird.
When you guys go into these places, it's just you two? You don't have any other crew with you?
No, mostly it's just me and Reese, but we're trying to get my husband in more to do more camera work so that Reese and I are more up front. Yeah.
That's interesting. I mean, that's really cool.
Yeah.
You ever had a time where you wanted to pull out, like get out of there?
No.
Other than
Really?
the screaming tunnels where we ran out.
Oh yeah, that was weird. But we
I need to hear about that. What are the
Yeah.
screaming tunnels?
So the Screaming Tunnels it's connected to the Bruce Trail, which is like a public walking trail that's really close to Niagara. It's huge, and there's this tunnel that goes under railroad tracks, and it's like a local legend that this girl died in the middle of it, and if you light a match at midnight, she'll like scream and put out the flame. So this was like a 3-time visited location for us. This was like one of the very first ones we did. And one of the last times we visited, we went when it was really dark. And it's pitch black because you can't see a thing. It's a tunnel in the middle of a trail in the middle of the woods, right? And then we both just had this gut feeling where we looked at each other. She started running, so then I started running, and then we ran out of the tunnel and we looked at each other and we were like, "Why were you running?"
Like we didn't even know why. It was the
No.
weirdest thing because I looked at Reese and you'll see that clip in the episode. Like it was just weird because I looked like Reese, like something shifted in her face, and I just was like, I don't know. And we both bolted, but we went back in. But like that location, like the third time we were there, had way more. A lot of people don't necessarily get a lot of activity there. I don't think it's haunted by a ghost girl. Like I don't think. I think that's just like an urban legend.
Right.
I think people brought something there because people, like a lot of like it was like the high school hangout location. Like people would go there, like play Ouija board and drink and
okay.
Yeah,
you know what I
popular
mean?
location for that kind of stuff. So
yeah, so I really think if anything is there, I mean, I think something's there, even though people are like, "There's nothing there." Like you're not gonna if you just go there to hang out, you're probably not gonna experience really anything. But we were there with all the equipment and cameras, you know what I mean? So we had EVPs and like the sensation of like whatever that was when we ran out. And during sensory depth was really weird at that location too. The very last I think it was the last time we were there. But like I had a visual, like, so I see a lot, Reese hears a lot. So when I was in sensory depth, it was almost like a face, like a skeleton type of face in my face. Like my eyes are closed, so it's like more mind's eye kind of thing. Like going in my face and just like turning its head like this, like, in my face. So it was really weird there, like very unsettling. We want to go back. I mean, like we want to kind of revisit really all our locations, kind of just to see if we get more evidence or different types of evidence. So
yeah. So that's something that can happen too. I guess I'm just now realizing is that even if like a bad event or something didn't happen at a specific location, energies can still be brought there by doing like the wrong things. Like you said, the kids come there and they kind of party or whatever, and then they bring the Ouija boards. That's something that can bring a negative energy to that location.
absolutely, especially with teenagers being teenagers, right? They're not just trying to contact any ghost. They're like, nah, we're contacting Satan, right? And it's like, well, when you have that intent, what do you think you're going to invite? So yeah.
So how long does that if so what I'm trying to get to is like if something like that happens where it's brought there, the energies are brought there rather than they were formed there, like say there was a murder or something that took place, are those energies kind of a lot more temporary, or are they just as permanent in that location as if like an event happened?
Oh, that's a really good question. I would say I think it just depends on what was brought there. Like, I mean, that's a really good question. I don't really even know how to answer that one, because I mean, I think it just maybe depends, right?
Right.
Yeah,
I just got kind of wondering about that. Like if it's brought there kind of accidentally or not really because of a specific event or something, maybe it doesn't hang around as long.
Yeah. I also think like belief also plays a lot into it. I think like the more juice you kind of give something, the more likely it is to stick. So I think that because a lot of people locally just believe that something's there and something bad's there, it's more likely to stick, because then there's this fear kind of just surrounding it.
That does make sense, because it's like, I mean, if you look at, everyone talks about vibes and vibrations. If everything's vibrations, then that would totally make sense. If the energy is already negative and then you continually bring that negative energy and kind of hold it there, it seems like it would hold that entity there longer.
A lot of the times, some of our guests that we have, they'll talk to us about being on location and going to different locations to hunt for spirit and things, and they talk about that they use their psychic abilities, that they're tapped into their third eye and they're able to communicate with spirit. How about you guys? Do you use any third psychic type abilities?
I
Medium.
See, for me, I think I'm an empath, so I literally feel I feel a lot. I don't necessarily think like psychic, but I do see more. I don't know. I think recently I kind of play off different. I wouldn't say I have an ability at all, but like I've kind of experiencing as a kid, a certain. I think Reese knows the story, but and then as now I'm getting more, I'm like investigating more. I think I am seeing a lot more. And feeling a lot more too. So I don't necessarily think I'm like a psychic or a medium or anything like that, but
it opens you up, doesn't it? It opens up your mind and your eye.
Yeah. So I just try to go with my gut and what I feel. Like that's why I'm trying to get more comfortable with also sharing with people who are watching my episodes, like what I'm feeling. I mean, people might not believe me or whatever, but I would rather have it out there so then people can, it might even like validate too. Like I have to. Sorry, my throat went weird. Like I have, like we went to a location recently. I still have to edit it. But I really felt like I saw, like when I was in sensory depth, I felt like a male and or I can't even remember, but it was like two entities basically near me. And I talked out loud about that. And I'm like, I was like, should I leave this in the episode? Like, I don't want people to think I'm crazy, but I think I'm just going to leave it there for people to kind of like to see. And then I might actually get some evidence. I have to like see if I got EVPs during that part or whatever. You know what I mean? So,
I just noticed Crow saying that you're definitely intuitive, and I'd have to agree. I'll definitely ditto the empath thing because I definitely feel the same, and I think there is something that I'm definitely sensitive to. For sure. I feel like there's definitely a sensitivity, and I think that's why Kassy and I work so well, because we often pick up on different things where she'll pick up on one thing and I'll be like, I'm kind of picking up on this other thing.
Good teamwork.
I think that the comment from Crow is probably spot on too, because I think that's kind of what drew you to this field, is that you already had those feelings and able to sense the unseen.
Yeah.
Rebecca
and by the way,
says,
I do want to say, sorry, Crow is Crow Jesus. He's the reason why I even started YouTube. So I just have to shout him out.
Oh, cool.
Hey, what's up, Crow?
What's up, Crow?
I have to have Crow on here. Crow should have come on.
Yeah, it's always good to get people on YouTube. Rebecca
and this
says,
is my friend Rebecca.
She's very intuitive. I was wondering when something would happen, June, July, or August. So I asked Kassy, and she said June, and I got an email saying the event will take place in June. There you go. That's awesome.
She always does that to me. She's like, Kassy, she's like, say yes or no about a situation, but she won't tell me the situation. I was like, okay.
I'm on my way right now. Red or black? Let me know. Heading to the casino. Oh, man, that's awesome. Yeah, Arden says that you guys work well together, and I would have to agree, for sure. It seems like you're sisters.
We're not. She's way younger than me, too.
I was thinking that, too. They seem like family, at least.
Yep.
How old?
Very close. I'm 24. I'll be 25 soon.
And I'm 38. So we're like.
Oh, okay. Wow, I never would have guessed. It seems like you guys are the same age.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, wait until she tells you that she's got 5 kids. That's even harder to believe.
What? That is very hard to believe.
That's enough to scare somebody right there.
Don't even need ghosts and shadow
you guys are awesome.
for
You guys
that.
are so positive and upbeat. I mean, I have to imagine that you're not attracting too much negative energy out there. It's got to be, more positive vibes that you're putting out. So that's awesome.
Yeah, that's definitely what we try to go for.
Yeah, definitely don't
good.
want any negative stuff. I mean, the locations we haven't really been negative necessarily. So
yeah,
so
very
far,
historical. I would say, yeah, very historical based, especially in the location that we are with the War of 1812 tearing through and all that kind of stuff. So we're in a great location for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. So when you arrive to a location, can you immediately tell what kind of experience you're going to have? Like when you first arrive, can you kind of feel the energies right when you get there, or do you have to? Is there something you have to do to kind of like tune in?
That's
I
a
feel like it
really good
depends.
question.
I'm just full of them tonight.
Yeah, that Beck House, like for Beck House,
Yeah.
for instance, almost instantaneously, we were like, okay, there's something here.
Yeah.
But for other places like the Brockamore, where the last video was, we were like, we're not feeling it too much. It feels very homey, very inviting, and then kind of that last room where we were getting all of the parallels with the Perilous going off, and it was being so relevant, and it was almost like I was talking to her while she was in sensory depth and can't hear a word I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. So
Wow.
that was when it was kind of like, oh, wait a second. Okay, I think there's something is here.
Mm-hmm.
So it really depends. Sometimes they're late bloomers.
Yeah. Or two, because I mean, we were there twice. So we stayed there overnight. And then we went back and we were able to actually investigate the whole bed and breakfast because there was no one there. So we were really lucky that way. So we kind of had but when we were first there, it just felt very like nothing. It felt very calm. Like it didn't, like Reese said, homey. Second time we were there, still the same. So I was like, are we going to even catch anything? And it wasn't until we were about to leave. It was probably like, okay, they're leaving now. Let's just show up and then see you later kind of thing. Because we had a time frame. Like we couldn't stay longer. Because if we could stay longer, we would have had more of the episode. But that's when the paratunes went off. When we were upstairs cleaning up, So
okay.
Yeah.
I had something I was just gonna say, and I can't remember. It had something to do with.
Then you think about it, because I got a biggie.
Go ahead.
Okay, so there's this thing. There are these things, and people want to know what they are. They're lights in the sky. Sometimes you'll see them high in the air. Sometimes you'll see them in your bedroom. So what are orbs?
Great question. That's a big one.
It is a big one.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not one to rush into saying orbs are ghosts. I really think if you do experience an orb, like especially in a video or like a photo, you really have to like debunk what's in that room. Is it dust? Is there water droplets? Is there like
a
you know what I
bug?
mean? Like you really have to be careful.
Yep.
And also if you have other equipment to kind of back up an orb, then it's a little bit more real. But I'm not one to be like, that is a ghost. Like when my husband and I were at Prince of Wales Hotel in Niagara-on-the-Lake, we had left a static cam running. We had a K2 meter going, and we were not in the room because went down for breakfast. And you can actually see like an orb. And even then I'm like, was it really an orb or if it was just dust? But you can see the orb like move, and then the K2 hits. So or the K2 hits while the orb is going by. So then that kind of makes me think it's more of an actual orb than a piece of dust. But really, a lot of the locations we go to, well, actually, I didn't even say a lot. Like they're older and they're dusty, right? I mean, any house is dusty, so I don't know.
That's a good point.
Go ahead, Chad.
I was just gonna say, if you have multiple points of evidence or multiple points of contact, I guess because you have the camera, so you have a visual, and then you also have the EVP going off, so that's two different things happening. So I don't know. I mean, that would probably convince me too.
Yeah. And even then, I'm still iffy on that, but I'm like,
that's good. Yeah, it's good to stay
I don't know,
skeptical.
So especially with orbs, with anything though, you have to
Yeah.
You have to debunk everything, really. So even the stuff that is obviously unexplainable, I'm still like, is this real? Like, is this happening?
Right.
Yeah, we are definitely not quick to label anything as paranormal. We're like, okay, last resort is unexplainable, but still, who's to say it's paranormal? And yeah, I mean, us being more of the scientific background ourselves, we're taking that, we're going to debunk everything we can until, we can't debunk it.
Those are the channels I like to follow, for sure. What were you going to say, Spooky? I'm sorry.
I was just going to follow up on the orb thing, because I'm not going to let you off the hook on this one. I ask everybody. It's like the big question. It's almost like asking, do you believe in God? Okay.
Big questions.
Orbs we hear about with aliens, UFOs. People have even suggested orbs when they talk about Bigfoot. But mostly, I think people talk about orbs when they're talking about spirit or ghosts. What do you think, the orbs that we're seeing are? Whether they're outside in the sky when you look up, or if they're here in, like in the bedroom. What are your opinions?
If it was a legit orb,
Yeah, if it's a legit orb.
if it's legit, like I would probably I lean probably more towards like a spirit, just the energy, like of a spirit. It's one way of them manifesting. So at least that's what I think. But
yeah, I'd have to agree. I'm definitely on the more kind of spiritual manifestation side of things. Although aliens, I mean, I feel like it would be a little ignorant to say that we didn't share the universe with another creature.
Because maybe they could be alien spirits,
right? You never know. They could be
because
transparent
all living things could create orbs when they're not on the earth anymore.
Yep.
That's just my little theory there.
Right. Yeah, that makes me wonder too. Like if I mean, the Earth can't be the only place that has life. Obviously, we like Reese said, it would have to be very ignorant to think that we were the only thing in this entire universe living. So we have to be the one of many places that have spirits coming from them. So yeah, I mean, the whole universe is connected. Yeah. There has to be more I would say that there's definitely more spirits from other places that might be able to visit here too. So we could be seeing spirits not even that didn't even originate from Earth.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. You never know.
You never know.
I like how your mind works, man.
You never know. You never know how it's going to work. If I get enough sleep, sometimes it works pretty good. Sometimes I get on here and I'm just like, yeah, that's cool. Yep. You guys stay away from cemeteries, or what do you think about cemeteries?
Okay, so I like to stay away from them. Only if they're an older cemetery. Okay, so this is like, I should preface this. We did an investigation at the Drummond Hill Cemetery, but it was a battlefield. So it was a battlefield during the War of 1812, and then so it originally it started to be a cemetery like the late 1700s, and then there was a battle of Lundy's Lane, or Drummond Hill, but like it was on Lundy's Lane, and then it became like the cemetery. So when we investigated, we only were in like one part of it. We didn't go around to people's like grave sites and we like talk to them. We were mostly directing our questions towards the battle because we didn't want to be disrespectful. Especially, I mean, it's an older cemetery because there is like some people who were like late, up to 1700, like late 1700s. But I try to stay away from especially newer cemeteries. I wouldn't be necessarily against going to other cemeteries, but even then I feel really uncomfortable, like just going there. And who says, like, I don't know. I think I was mostly there just because it was a battlefield, I think. So
Kassy's a very by the book investigator. Like, we'll get permission, we'll get the okay, we'll make sure we're as respectful as possible. Like, for example, there's a really popular like haunted tunnel called the Blue Ghost Tunnel in the area, but it's on private property. It's extremely dangerous to get to, but everybody's been telling us, oh, go there. And we're like, not a chance. It's illegal. We're not going to film and post illegal things on the internet. Yeah. Slightly smarter than that.
Did my light go out? Hold on. I'm going to turn my light on. It got dark.
There's ghosts in there.
Okay.
Yeah, some people will definitely not go into cemeteries. It's interesting. Cemeteries are kind of like one of those topics that you're either for them or against them. I've noticed, which is strange.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily. I just didn't want to be disrespectful to the family because who knows? You might be filming someone's family's tombstone. You know what I mean? So basically, that's why we try to stay away. And then when we were there, we were just directed to. We didn't show any tombstones unless some were like worn out and like more in the B-roll footage. But yeah,
cool.
So.
Yeah, that's interesting that they took a battlefield and turned it into a cemetery. I mean, that's you're just asking for some stuff to happen there.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Oh, yeah.
like stories about seeing soldiers like walking, like British and American soldiers walking through there, like cannon noises and that type of thing. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it was kind of really interesting. When I was a kid, I grew up pretty much across the street from there, and I remember some interesting, like it started back then. What my experiences, and I just literally just thought of this right now. So I don't even I can tell Reese this. I was like, wait. I'm like, I was pretty much grew up near a battlefield, so like I only lived there for a few years, but yeah.
Maybe got some hitchhikers from there.
I know.
I know,
Never know.
Kassy, you talked about your husband and the work that you guys have done in the past. I was just wondering, like, what does the rest of your families think about this this stuff you're doing?
It doesn't surprise my family because I mean, all the books I used to read, and you know what I mean, so that it doesn't surprise them. Like they support me. My husband thinks he's like, what in the world? He's like, okay. I tend to get an idea and I just run with it. So like I'll get a little bit of equipment and then I have a whole like husky toolbox of stuff now. It's like stupid. So
That's awesome.
so I just like kind of run with things. So my husband's like, okay. And now that we're gonna be doing some traveling coming up in the future, he's like, I need to be a part of this now. Before it was like he's a real huge skeptic. So, but I find that I don't know if it was the locations that we investigated together or ever since because of Reese, because when me and Reese are together, we get way more, or it's just an investigation. So I think it'd be nice to have like Reese more out front with me, and then my husband can just kind of just do all the camera work. So
Yeah. I remember he had almost a light bulb moment at one of the battlefields when we were doing our sensory depth thing and I'm asking her questions and then she's responding to the questions I'm asking her, even though, you know, noise canceling headphones with white noise in her ear. So she's got no idea what I'm saying, but she's answering the questions as if she's hearing me. And he just like looks at me and goes, wait, what? And I'm like, yeah, no, this is the crazy shit that happens.
yeah.
That's crazy. That is nuts. I mean, that's like proof right in front of your face.
Yeah. It's like somebody's being like middleman relaying all my messages. So, you know,
Whoa.
it's kind of crazy.
So how does he react to something like that, being a skeptic?
At least like you can say Reese too, like what you saw, because I didn't see that happen.
Yeah,
so.
well, it was more of that kind of like wide-eyed kind of like, wait a second, there might be some substance to this after all,
Right.
kind of thing.
It's like one of those things that your brain is trying to figure out how this is happening and trying to figure out like a reasonable explanation, and it's just like can't compute. This doesn't make any sense.
That's validation for, you know, your efforts when you see other people's eyes and minds opening up. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just
It's a
funny
good
because when I would investigate with him, like he kind of like roll his eyes sometimes things and like so or like asking questions or trying to get him to ask questions and stuff. So I think it's kind of now that we're actually catching stuff, like I think like you said, I think it's helping. Plus we're traveling, so he's like, okay,
That's awesome.
let me go now.
It's like the oracle card thing too. Like if you're giving somebody that's skeptical a reading and it hits hard, it's like, well, that's either a coincidence or this is really, there's something to this.
How about on this side of the border in the U.S., where are your locations that you want to go to?
So actually we have the Hinsdale house that's in Hinsdale, New York coming up in August. August 6th, we're going to be going there. So that's already been booked. And then really, unfortunately, Reese can't come along on this trip that's coming up in Virginia City, Nevada. But we are actually going to its PEX. I don't know if you heard of it, but it's the Paranormal Experience in Virginia City, Nevada. Last year it was in Tahoe, Biltmore. But this year we're able to go as a team. So we'll help out with investigations and leading investigations there. So we get to go to, there's 6 different locations. And we basically take people on investigations in Virginia City, Nevada. So so that would just be me and my husband going on to that along with that one, just because Reese can't go, which is really crappy. But yeah, so that's coming up. That's in September. So
cool.
Yeah, so those are the 2 bigger ones. But Bobby Mackey's, it's not planned, but Bobby Mackey's I want to go to so bad.
Yeah, that's one that is on. It seems like it's on everyone's list.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, huge
sure.
bucket list item.
Yeah. Yeah, Bobby Mackey's also the Shanley, actually, the hotel Shanley Hotel, that's semi-close to me. There's actually a lot of like really close locations to us, like because we're in a really good. Like, at least I live in Fort Erie, Ontario, so that's like there's Fort Erie, then there's Buffalo, New York, right? So, like we're so close to like so many different locations within like a 6-hour difference. Like we can like go to Kentucky, we can go, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, it's cool being on the east part of the country. It seems like there's a lot more. I don't know why, but it seems like there's so much more paranormal stuff on the coastal region of the country. I wonder if that has something to do with the water.
Probably. Well, earliest settlers were near the water, so if you're looking for old haunted places,
Oh, that would
I
make
guess it
sense.
kind of makes sense.
Right. Old civilizations would only be at the outer parts of the country at first.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
then
that makes
wherever you
sense.
got border disputes, like the Canadian and American border, right, with the War of 1812 and all of that kind of stuff.
Oh, true.
Like, we're super haunted in Niagara because of that entire kind of war that happened there.
yeah,
Yeah.
like multiple battles. How many battlegrounds have we done?
Oh, like 4 or 5, still
Yeah.
more to go. Like,
And that's just like in a 40-minute radius, like of Niagara-on-the-Lake mostly. But we're going to be doing one in Ridgeway, which wasn't connected to the War of 1812. It was connected to a random battle that happened from, I think it was Irish rebels came over after the Civil War and tried to invade Canada on their own. And like after the Civil War, so 18. I'm not a huge history buff. But,
I'm not either. Not at all.
So yeah, so like think of like this random soldiers coming to these farmers. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Like in the late 1860s, I believe, or whatever. So
I don't think people today realize how good we have it.
yeah.
I mean, we don't have. I understand there's like toilet paper shortages every now and then and stuff, and you can't get chicken breasts every now and then, but like these battlefields exist because there were battles. Like, I mean, I don't think people realize today just how good we have it. You don't have to sign up for a battle. You don't have to fight for your land right now, you know.
Yeah. I think the craziest thing to think about here is just how many people are under that ground.
Yes.
When you go to visit these places. Because
Oof.
let's be real, they aren't getting marked graves. They're getting a big plaque in the middle of a field. And you walk around the field and just trying to imagine, like,
I got
how many
chills.
people am I stepping over?
Yeah,
there's just so much life that has been taken for crazy reasons on those battlefields. Yeah, and to think that as far as we know, we're the first civilization of this type, but there's also other people that think that we might be one of 14 or 15, who knows how many different times humans have got to the point of this technological innovation. Who knows? You know, who knows how many times the Earth's been to this point, wiped out from a meteor, gets to this point again, gets wiped out again. Like, who knows how many times these battlefields have existed, you know, just over the ages of humans being around. Yeah, Enzo typed it right here. Most people nowadays do not realize how good we have it today. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think that just, it puts it into perspective. When you talk about 6 or 7 different battlefields in one area, it's like, man, there's been a lot of conflict and a lot of dispute just over the land that we're living on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
not
like
even to mention like the natives before that, right? Like, I feel like you can
Oh,
keep
yeah.
going back and it's like, oh, there's more here, there's more here.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you can just keep going back. I mean, I'm sure even early civilizations were still even fighting over land.
Yeah.
It was just a lot more of it, so you probably didn't have to fight over a whole lot. It's like, man, these are my 10,000 acres. You can have those 10,000 acres.
I mean, you're doing a lot less damage with bows and arrows than you are with machine
Yeah.
guns, right?
Yep, horses and yeah, that's for sure. Awesome. So, what are you guys up to after this? Like, what's your next project after the one that you guys just filmed?
Yeah, so next week I'll be releasing, or will be releasing. I have to edit it. Is the Waverly Forest, which was actually a abandoned music park, that shut down in 1930.
A music park?
Yeah, amusement park. So it was opened up in late 1800 or 1800, sorry, and then it closed down basically because of the Depression. And then that was also a battleground too. So called the Battle of Snake Hill.
Wow.
So, yeah, and that's like literally 5 minutes from my house too. So where I live now. So it's yeah, that's pretty crazy. So that one has a few deaths at the like a small boy for sure. There's a story of a woman who died there. People have at one point it had the largest pool because it was connected to the Lake Erie. So that there were like deaths there. So there was some connect like that there. I believe stuff been brought there too. But there's a lot of history there. So that's next most recent most newest episode coming out. We do have a residential coming up that we're going to be investigating on Sunday. And then we also have another battleground we're going to be doing, which I talked about, Battle of Ridgeway. It's kind of connected to the Civil War type. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so those are like the ones that are coming up really soon. So
cool.
Yeah,
excellent. Yeah, they're very interesting to watch. I like watching those, especially. I mean, I kind of got into. I think we started the Paranormal Chop Shop right around like Halloween time or right before Halloween time, so we were getting into this stuff right around all that spooky story time, and it's just I don't think I was really interested in it before, but the more I learn about how much content is out there and how many of you guys are out there doing all this investigating and the excellent work that you guys do on YouTube, definitely pulls my interest in for sure. These haunted houses, I don't know, there's something about them, especially when it's that time of the year, the Halloween spooky time. It's always good to go back and watch those.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what's up, Spooky?
Well, just going over the fact that I think our movie night might be canceled.
Oh, you think so?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
The movie that we were going to see called Aerial Phenomenon, about the aerial school in Zimbabwe where the 60-some children saw aliens and UFO. That movie, they were only streaming it on one website.
Yeah.
And that website crashed early this morning, and all day they've been saying they were going to turn it to another server, and it's still down. So it's not looking good, man.
It's looking good for the company. Sounds like they have a lot more interest than they really realized.
Yeah, definitely. It crashed it crashed early this morning, and they still haven't been able to get it back. So.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I was telling Kassy about that before the stream started. I thought it was like 20 kids. I didn't realize it was 60 something.
Yeah.
Reese, are you familiar with that?
No, but that sounds awesome. I want to see the movie now. Unfortunately, the website's down.
Well, there's a lot of stuff on YouTube about the aerial school sightings and contact. You know, if you guys want to check it out. Also, today, the guy that made the movie, he did a great interview with Kassy from the Debrief YouTube channel, and he talked a lot about the experience of filming it and all the kids that he met. Of course, back then the kids were like 7-8 years old, and now they're grown adults. So they still stick to the same stories and describe everything the same way. It's absolutely fascinating. It's my favorite UFO contact case, and I recommend people checking it out.
Yeah, Reese, it's something that's very interesting that happened, and people think even the people that are into this stuff, they think that it might have been the only time this has happened, but this is like a phenomenon that happens a lot, where these school kids see UFOs land right on the playground yard or right near it, and these entities show up and communicate telepathically with them, like, you guys are tearing up the planet, you need to be better to each other. Technology is not great. You need to probably settle down with your technology innovations and take better care of the planet. And then they kind of just take off, and
And we don't
And,
listen to their message, and we
I
destroy
was
the
just-
We
planet.
don't
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah, I
We
was
just
just
keep
gonna
on
say,
going.
if only we could listen to such wise words.
We call everybody crazy for what they, the experience, and then we just go
Yeah.
on and
Mm-hmm. So it's definitely interesting to dig into, because when I first heard about it, I thought it was just the one school incident, the one aerial school incident in Zimbabwe. But when you talk to Preston Dennett, who's a awesome author and knows a lot about this stuff, does a lot of research, he has a whole book on schoolyard sightings. So it goes back quite a ways, and just like we just covered, we're not listening to the messages. I mean, the newer generation, we're listening. So hopefully that makes a difference eventually, but we haven't been listening, especially when the Zimbabwe incident happened. It was like full bore, still burning 5 miles to the gallon vehicles. And so, yeah, we'll see what happens, but yeah, hopefully that website gets up so we can watch the movie eventually.
yeah. I mean, I've been checking all day, and it's just constant down all day. And the guy that the team that made it, they have really good communication on socials, and been checking Twitter all day, and they say they can't promise when it'll be back up, and just they don't want to make any predictions. But earlier today it sounded like it might happen. So today, so that's why I kept holding out hope. But I don't know.
Well, we'll see. But Kassy and Reese, I know that you guys might have to get going after the 1 hour mark here, so we so appreciate you guys hanging out with us today on the Paranormal Chop Shop. And yeah, you guys are just awesome. We'll have to have you back for sure after you get a couple more investigations under your belt.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.
No problem. And if anybody wants to follow them and hang out with them on their channel, it's Weeping Willow Paranormal on YouTube. And are you guys on any other platforms?
Yeah, on Instagram. So if you guys either want like a collab or whatever, or want to chat, ask questions, we're on Weeping Willow Paranormal Instagram. There you go. Sorry.
Awesome.
it's late. I was up early this morning for work.
No.
I'm
You're
like,
awesome. You guys are the best.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Yeah, you guys are the best. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And we'll
Thanks
see you
for having
again
us.
next time.
yes, thank you.
Yeah, bye.
All right, bye, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
I haven't seen that
Wait.
format before.
Somebody's knocking.
Yeah, there's somebody back there. I figured.
I sense red. I feel like the color red.
Yeah, I'm gonna play a commercial, and then once
And
the commercial is
something
over, we'll bring up our our guest that we have.
Something
backstage.
big's trying to get through the back door.
Jeez, something big. All right, I'm gonna play this real quick, and we'll bring him up.
Hey, I'm Connor from Bigfoot Anon, and I'm always on the hunt for the next big adventure. When you're on the trail for long hours, you build up quite the stench, enough to drive any skunk ape or yeti away. Luckily, I'm on the quest now for the solution to all my problems. Yeti bars. They do exist. Available in tons of different scents and fragrances. Check out YetiBars.net for more and use my code BA10 for a special
part
offer.
right here.
Clean like a beast. Yeti Bars!
Yeah,
Promo code BA10.
Awesome. Oh man.
What's up, Big Willie? Dude,
What's
it's
going
been
on,
forever.
gentlemen? It's I literally I'm still in my work uniform. I just
Aw.
walked to the door.
Yeah, you were the last one I expected to be behind Mike. I just saw you behind your steering wheel.
I was like, well, I wasn't planning on like going on with the whole episode. I was just gonna come in and say hi. But now that we got rid of those ladies, whoever they were, right?
Got rid of them.
Bringing some quality content. I'm just kidding. From the little bit I got to hear, it sounded really interesting.
Oh, they were awesome. Awesome guests.
Back.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have them back on when they do a couple more investigations. Their channel is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that they're all about like the science. They don't go in with the idea that everything is paranormal. They go in with nothing's paranormal, and then let's try to prove that nothing is paranormal, and then we'll see what happens,
See what happens from there. It's the only way to do it. I mean, I guess that is the best way to the simple, eliminate the simple answers first and then proceed forward from whatever might come up from there. What the French toast is going on with my my thing? It's having issues.
What the French toast?
Oh, I think I know. It's been a little bit since I've been on here, guys. I'm rusty.
Dude,
I was just about to say, I haven't seen you forever, man.
I just feel like I don't know why the world keeps speeding up. I don't know what's going on. Why
Big Willie is like cocaine, man. Once you have a little bit of coke, once you have a little bit of Big Willie, you gotta have more.
Okay, I'll leave that there on the table.
Hanging out with him in North Carolina for a week or whatever we were in there for.
We were getting away from that naughtiness.
Nope.
Oh, man. I mean, you were the one that something big was knocking at the back door. I lost.
I did. I set the tone there. Sorry about that.
Something
y'all.
big's trying to get in the back door here.
Hey, I must say though, we did good for an hour. We kept it profesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hotter than balls in here.
Oh, sorry, man.
Hot. Yeah, I'm gonna have to
hot.
install the window air conditioner for sure.
Oh, you know what you should get? I finally got the chat opened up. There you go. That's all I was trying to do. My goodness. Amazon has this thing, and I'm thinking about getting it because the room that I'm in, it is freezing cold in the winter. It's cement down here. The walls are cement, the floor is cement, and there's a kind of a hole that leads out to like good old solid Michigan basements, right? Where they're like, it's dirt over there. We won't worry about that. So there's like a natural draft over there. So in the winter, it's freezing cold, and then in the summertime, it gets so hot down here. But they have these little portable air conditioners you add water to, and then it blows like
evaporative AC
with no volume, which is like when you're podcasting is
perfect,
important. So,
man, you know what you need? It sounds like you need some of that spray foam,
like Flex Seal. Remember that guy? I just chopped this boat in half. Flex Seal.
No, not Flex Seal. The yellow foam that you spray and it expands.
Oh no, but this is well. It's a big hole.
How
big hole? It's not. It's
here we go.
This stuff fills some big gaps.
Oh, come on, Chad.
I'm telling you,
man.
It's like a 2 foot by 1 foot hole. It's pretty big.
Wait a minute.
I
see what's happening here.
It's pretty big.
We're going to be all profesh on the Chad Smith podcast because we're on the podcast. Now we're
That's
going
right.
to let loose on the Chop Shop. I see the way it is.
Oh, well, the thing is we can clip. So we can just clip out the interview and upload that to the podcasting, and then all this part we don't have to upload.
If y'all want to get naughty, we might as well get Jamie up in here.
Pardon?
That's almost too much.
That's too much. Jamie and Big Willie together, we can't handle that. The universe is not ready. Guys, I almost took my thumb off at work on Monday.
What the hell? How'd you do that?
Oh, yeah. It's looking a little better now.
What, the French toast?
What in tarnation? I yelled out. It was so funny. It happened right in front of the customer. I mean, like right over my shoulder. Final thing we're doing, we're putting the stove back in the oven there, right? And the clip slipped. And these ovens on these Bosches, they weigh like 80, 90 pounds, right? So the spring in there is like, it's a serious spring. And I didn't realize the clip had slipped out of place, and I put my thumb down there to get it back in. And it just completely fired. This whole part went sideways. And then like the bottom ripped out, the top ripped open. This was all just black. And I'm sitting there trying to figure out what I'm going to do because I'm holding the oven. And the customer was right over my shoulder. And like, it was like it didn't register for her that my thumb probably wasn't okay, because she was like, do you think we can like maybe try this? I was like, did you not just hear the loud like burn? So loud. But I had to like put that side down, and like I got it loose, and then my thumb was kind of like all at an angle, so we snapped it in, and I called my boss because it started bleeding everywhere, and I was trying to finish up the job. I'm like, I'm so sorry, ma'am. I'm gonna finish up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sonny Conway.
Not to
On
mention,
location.
Spooky,
He's got
your
headphones.
shirt.
What's that?
Your shirt.
Oh, that
so
going?
freaking, that's the one from
Tupa.
from Tupacapa.
It's just a little
My
laggy,
headphones
but
just died.
yeah, the headphones aren't working. I can tell it's just your mic. But yeah, you sound good, man. What's up? How's the races?
It just died. They're good. I'm taking a break.
Oh, is it warm out there?
Oh, I got tired. No, I got hot out here.
Yeah.
Well, we miss you, man. Did you get to
Oh.
see any of the show?
I did. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, Kassy,
Okay.
we gotta be good now.
When yeah, you guys quit fucking around.
I'm being very professional.
Oh,
I came here to discuss things.
Yeah, we're really gonna get into the hard hitting
put this down
topics
so I
now.
quit moving.
Hey, we can always at any time get into hard-hitting topics, John.
Oh, we really
I am
could.
down to hit it hard whenever you need. You
They
let
were-
me know, and we will do it.
I knew it. I knew it. We can't make it through one show.
Yes, we
can't do
can.
it.
We can. That is
You
see,
better, man. We got to look
transition to
professional.
that is the beholder. It's all about interpretation. It's all about perception.
That's
In the
right.
grand scheme of things that are happening, how are we perceiving them? I made sure I told Chad I'd hit it hard whenever he wants it, but how do you take it?
Oh,
See?
my dear
This
God.
is the importance. So, utilizing this, I think this is important. How we utilize things. But H, what is up unidentified S4?
Unidentified. What's up,
Um,
Anthony?
Don't make me
Hey,
sing
done-
it.
What are you
all the
gonna
stuff
sing?
that's going on in the media, man.
Identify.
S4. Unidentified. S4.
Why do we not have these
Shakespeare.
audio clips set up, man?
I don't know, but
Hey,
they're gonna
you
be
know
on
you
my
guys
soundboard
can
soon.
clip from your YouTube too, and add that to like just short clippets to
Big
YouTube
Willie-
or
You have to come over and check out this this new equipment that I got over here.
I'll come check out your new equipment.
We gotta figure out how to turn this thing into a soundboard.
Hey guys, is this better or
You
worse?
got
Willie?
one? Ooh,
I think it's better, Sonny.
that's
Okay.
good.
Yeah, it looks
Sonny.
way better.
Sonny, if you don't even move, honestly, you scream.
Stop breathing.
1990s. No, that pose that he had though was like, look at, that was the all-American dream right there. He was
Look
in
at
his
what Chad
camper.
just got. Look at his new toy.
That thing's so dope.
It turns
You are
on the.
so
I got it so it
lucky,
turns on
lucky.
that light. It turns on these studio lights.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
when he shows me these toys, it makes me want to
I know.
go out and get it too,
Mhm.
man.
I
can
gotta figure
hit
out what's going on
my
with my.
mute button.
I bought my. What is it? This is the one you have, Spooky. The SM7B or whatever, right?
Why are
You
we
weren't
not
supposed to
hearing you
tell
through
anyone
it?
that.
I'm sorry. But I've been trying to
Ain't
hook
this
it up with the
logic?
Scarlet, and it's like only coming. The audio is only coming through on the right side, and I don't know
Oh,
why.
That's because
And-
you have to hit the direct monitor button.
I've also noticed too, man. It's not utilizing that in between piece. That
You have to turn on phantom
thing.
power,
Cloud lifter?
like
Dang
48
it.
volts.
Yeah, the cloud lifter or whatever.
Mhm.
'Cause that's what I got for it. It wasn't. I don't know. It's just strange.
So when you turn
So-
on 48 volts, it doesn't activate.
It doesn't seem like, but there's no light on there for you to tell. You don't know. You just don't get any audio. And I tried it with this microphone and other microphones. It's like that is not getting enough power, or maybe it was just damaged and I should return it. I don't know.
You don't have this light doesn't turn on.
No, I have that. I'm saying on the cloud lifter itself, the
Oh, the blue little cloud lifter thing.
it's back in there somewhere.
'Cause
But the
mine
little
won't-
cloud lifter. I don't
Yeah,
know.
my mic doesn't even turn on if that 48 volts isn't on. That
what Enzo
phantom.
said?
Nice. Ah.
I have a Stream Deck as well. That's how I do all my overlays. You can program them for anything. You can even daisy chain them and use several at the same time. Yep. You can even
know
make
what's
different
next, Chad?
pages.
You know what's next for you? Is that piece that's not even that much. I think it's like $50 on Amazon. And if you get one more camera, it allows you to switch through the camera angles or even use one that moves in and out at different like presets. And
Is
you
that
can have
the-
it set to where you just by a head movement, it knows what you want to do, whether it's a wink or whatever, and it will go off that without you having to click anything.
I think that's the Elgato face cam.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna get legit up
We're
in
gonna
here.
get legit up in here.
Oh my god. There's someone called Yankee Kyle.
Yankee
That's in
Kyle.
Thank you, Kyle. What's up?
How you doing, brother?
Oh man!
Oh, you might
sitting
for
on a
my
bluebird.
Bluebird.
I'm throwing a bluebird over at your window. Hey there, big Willie brother. How you do?
Oh, hey there, spooky brother. How you doing, son?
This is America, damn it.
Oh man, I need to go upstairs. I think the wife's getting the kids down right now. They were already asleep when I got home. That's how late it was here. Well, I mean, they were. I'm gonna go soon. I was just popping in to say hi.
Aw,
Yeah,
man.
later. I'll be back later for stuff. Probably.
Hey, Willie.
Yeah.
There's a dude on YouTube. I have to forward you the channel, but this dude, he gets a lot of views. He's like millions of views, but this dude will go into any environment, like Flint, Michigan. He'll just go into the suburbs of Flint, like the worst parts where there's like the most murders, and just he's just like this bald white dude walking through there with a camera, and everyone's cool with him. And like each video is a different like horrible place, like
Oh my god.
south side of Chicago at 1 a.m, and he's just like, all right, here we are, guys, walking down through here in south side of Chicago, and he just starts meeting people and talking to them. And the one I was watching before the show was he hangs out at a like real hardcore Amish community.
Those
awesome.
Amish folks, right?
Hardcore Amish.
Hardcore.
I heard
they
that.
are hardcore Amish.
The Amish Mafia, dude, they are unbelievably strong. Like, it just doesn't make sense. They are freakishly strong people. I'm telling you. In church, so like when I was younger, we had a lot of Amish people that would transition from being Amish or get ostracized, and they would come over, and it was all I knew is that I wrestled one Amish guy. We were young at the time, kid, so we were both kids. And I learned my lesson. You never wrestle an Amish person ever. They're not, I swear, dude, they're ridiculously strong. Doesn't make sense.
Ridiculous. Well, the thing that stood out to me is when he's filming all their furniture in their house, every piece of furniture is made out of solid wood. Like the hardwood floors are real wood. The rocking chairs weigh 500 pounds each. I mean, their dresser drawers, it's not like you have to like grab one end. You know how on the dressers that you buy at IKEA or something, you have to grab both sides? You can't just grab one side and pull the drawer out because it'll like shift.
I wouldn't know because I never. Hey, what were we gonna say there, John?
I don't know.
We kept it PG.
Huh?
Well, you said you were pulling your drawer out, and I said I wouldn't know because I never. And then I said, "Hey, what are you talking about over there?"
I don't know. I don't know. Pull out games, huh? Yeah, Amish have their own cartel.
They do.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with them. Well, the thing is, it's just like the Wild West, that show Yellowstone that I watch, Yellowstone. Everyone's trying to get their land, and I'm sure the Amish are the same way. They have a lot of land, and I'm sure there's probably been people through the past that have tried to take it.
Do you know what's interesting about them too? Is how much
Sonny,
drugs
you're
they
muted,
smuggle.
buddy.
I know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just saw your mouth moving, and I'm like, is he trying to talk?
I was making fun of Yellowstone. I'm sorry.
You better not be making fun of Yellowstone.
I haven't watched Yellowstone yet, but I will tell you guys, if no one has watched Outer Range yet, check it out. It's really good. Really good.
I'm on episode 2.
What do you think of it so far? Are you not into it?
After watching Yellowstone, it kind of feels kind of.
This isn't here to be Yellowstone.
I'm just saying. I'm giving it a chance. That's the thing, is most people probably wouldn't give it a chance after watching Yellowstone because it's more of a hard.
That 1843 or whatever it was.
1883.
There you go. Nana said they're coming out with another one that's 19 something.
Yeah, did you see who they casted for it? They casted Helen Mirren and Harrison Ford.
Okay, I love Harrison Ford, but I also feel like Harrison Ford, if you watch the last Indiana Jones, which I didn't, if you notice, most of his fight scenes were... It's kind of like Clint Eastwood. There's a certain point where he probably... I mean, I shouldn't tell anybody when they should call it quits, but when you can't move out of your foot stance, because that has to be how the fight goes down, because you can't take a step, you might want to... I don't know, I just feel like maybe call it.
All right,
guess
so
Harrison Ford's not as old as I was thinking. He's only like his mid-70s, right? 77,
he just turned
76?
71, I thought.
Oh,
72.
if he's only... Okay, he's not as old as I thought he was then.
But, so what time are you coming over to watch Yellowstone?
What, at your place? I am actually heading that way this weekend. But I'm going to play D&D, my homie.
Where?
In Chelsea.
At the library?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Nerd alert.
Yeah, we have to be
alert.
really quiet at the library. It's hard to
Wait,
rage
you're
at the
serious?
library.
At the
We're
library?
not playing...
I was going to say, like, that was a joke. That was meant to be a joke.
I show up in a costume. You go all out. I'll put on this helmet. I'll put on battle axes, paint my face.
You flash your
braid my
library
beard.
card like you're in the
Would
FBI.
anybody be surprised?
I just show up. Excuse me, I'm here. I would like to nerd hard in the corner over there.
Oh,
Jamie, I don't know why. I don't know why she's got as many links as I can send her. Why is she mad?
I have to get out of here before she gets in here.
You better, man. You better
We
run.
know they're after me. They always have questions. Now, I'm here to answer questions. I've always had... Sorry, Sonny, go ahead.
I want to see Willie reading for D&D. What is it, the Dungeon Master?
Oh, I don't... So I'm not the Dungeon Master of this one. My character, his name is Bjorn. Bjorn Beating. And he hails from the clan of Diznatsa.
Hey, Enzo.
The amazing Enzo, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, Enzo?
Enzo, what's up, man?
What's up, buddy?
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Good evening, sir.
I want to hear more about the geriatric fight choreography from Big Willie. That's
Bop him over the head with your walker.
Listen.
Can't I just shoot him like I did in the first movie?
I don't know what the last one was with Clint Eastwood, but there was one where it's like it was still Clint Eastwood, but I can't remember the name of the movie. But it was like, we all gotta know our limits, I guess.
Get off my lawn movie.
No,
Gran Torino.
No, that's
Yeah,
way.
it's
I've
Gran
never
Torino.
actually watched that movie.
Oh,
It's actually pretty good.
come on over.
Yeah.
Jamie said,
Movie night.
"I am grumpy. I know. Come on, internet."
Oh, that's surprising. It's Friday night, James.
Wait, she doesn't have internet?
Nice, Growly.
Oh, no.
No, she said literally the words, "I am grumpy." Someone
I
said,
know.
"Oh,
Come on, internet.
my wife is calling me. My
Oh,
lovely
Say hi to her.
wife."
Say hi to your wife for us, man.
All right, I'll do that. Hey, what's up, babe?
hey, babe.
Oh, she's
Hey,
calling. on the
Enzo,
phone.
that was it this morning, Enzo? You were with Lynn and you guys were talking about Antarctica and
Yeah, that was this morning.
That was awesome, man. I love that
Yeah,
show.
we went deep on it. It was I didn't think we'd go that bananas into it, but we found a way. It was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's still overall just barely scraping the surface with all the weirdness that goes on down there.
Yeah, I feel like we got kind of sidetracked too, weren't we going in one direction with the show? You were showing the old video, black and white video. I forget the general or the military man's name.
Admiral Byrd.
Oh yeah, thank you. And then we got sidetracked because a viewer sent in some files that Lynn opened up on UFOs from the Nazi days.
Yeah, it's a pretty deep rabbit hole for all of that stuff, and it's so easy to splinter off in a million different directions because there's only so much documentation that you can have for down there. It just doesn't exist. The story I did with Big Willie this past weekend on After Hours, my documentation was a Wikipedia file and a supposed KGB file that happened during the Cold War. About what was going on with Operation High Jump. And after that, it goes off the rails fast. Some pretty interesting stories. If any of it is even slightly true, it's like world changing, but it's hard to believe. It's because it's so out there.
Very true. Hey, tell you what, guys. I'm actually going to take a shower.
Okay.
I haven't eaten yet today. I'm going to go shower. And,
All right. Well, we'll be here.
Go real quick with the wife, and then I'll be around sometime tonight because I gotta get back on later with Grant anyway. So I'll be around tonight. Should be.
What do you mean? You have an interview tonight?
No. Like we're getting him all squared away because I'm off this weekend.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm free.
Ooh. Am I working this weekend?
Willie.
Not this weekend. No.
I'm not. Okay.
Oh, I don't know if you are or you're not. I don't know. I'll ask Grant about that. They may or may not. They may or may not reach out. They might be like, listen. But he's coming back from his vacation now too. So like I'm leaving. He's just coming back like tonight. So he might not have had a chance to yet.
My schedule is open if needed. So I even have stories to tell. So
Awesome.
I love it. Well, Sonny keeps flexing all of us, so I have to go, I guess, now. Look at that.
Am I flexing?
Flex.
I'm sorry.
Flexing. Look at him
I'm leaning on the wall.
hard.
The trailer moves, so if the trailer moves, I have to move too.
He's so strong, he moves the
myself.
trailer.
Everybody knows Sonny's a stud. Let's just get it out of the way and we can move
right.
on.
Like
Dude,
that.
look at this guy, man.
are you in Jim Goodall's house?
I am. But I didn't put the stands down, so really it's the wind's blowing and the trailer's moving. I'm shaking back and forth.
You're at sea.
It's what it feels like.
It does. You don't put the downriggers out. You're floating.
I didn't put them down. I got here late.
Hey, on the way out, and you guys don't have to look this up, but I just thought it'd be interesting, see if any of you guys know about this, and I'll leave on this note. Have you guys looked up those giant chimpanzee things? Like, it's not like new news, but the ones that have the big ridges in their head? They're like a whole separate, they're a whole separate species from normal chimpanzee. Like, there's certainly some fake photos, but there's some real photos. Like, an average chimpanzee, I think, is something like, what is it? Like, not even quite 4 foot tall at their tallest, something like that. And weigh roughly between, I think a male chimpanzee can get up to 140 pounds, 120, like a really big one. But normally they're like 90, right? 90 to 100, 120.
Right. Sounds about right.
Some of these ones are like 200. And they were bigger than people in the pictures. They're ridiculous. They're like their own. They have literally the bone looks like a mohawk. Like it's huge.
Whoa.
It's
What in the
crazy.
world?
Where is this at?
Yeah, let me find it.
And that's today. That's now.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
like an
Well,
old photo.
they have There's some currently now. There's parts there, and they have found some in. I want to say it's in South America that they're mainly finding them.
What, in South America that big?
Yes,
Because
it's
South
pretty
America
crazy.
typically has like the smaller, like spider monkey, howlers type baboons and stuff like that. Africa has the bigger type, like actual chimpanzees and gorillas.
Maybe I'm thinking of the Congo. Then I'm gonna look this up. Here we go. They're called, if you put in giant chimps, lion killers, is what they're called. Here, I'll show you one photo right now. This is one that was killed. This photo was confirmed. Well, this is a whole file. I can just send this file to you, Jade. But yeah, I was like, it's just so interesting how with all this stuff that goes on, talking about our own makeup, because I can't subscribe to the idea. I'm sorry that, and this is like no weird thing of like, oh, we aren't all the same or anything like that. But I just can't subscribe to the idea that we are all like exactly the same. There's no way. When you look at like NBA players and how big they are, and then you look at people,
Danny DeVito.
Perfect example. That.
I mean,
it's
obviously
like,
totally different.
It does not make any sense.
No.
How do you share this again? Oh.
I don't know. Do you have keys? You got keys to the shop?
No, I have keys to yours. I don't think I've ever had keys to the chapter. So that's the full story on the one, but there's some other photos. Here, I can share the photo, right? Yeah, I can share this. So that's actually the same photo. Or it didn't do anything for me.
Technical.
I want to find a
difficulties
picture
over
of the ridge of their head in particular.
Yeah. How many of them are they finding?
Few, not many. They were rumored to be. They just called them lion killers, which these are the ones you were talking about. Ends up being over in the Congo in particular. Here we go. Let me share this photo.
Lion killers.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool name to have.
Just look at
A
that
lion
first,
killer?
like,
Big Willie the Lion Killer.
Well, this one doesn't really look that big when you look at it, but here, I'll share it. Oh, I forgot.
Hey, what's up, Juice? Good to see you, man. Gotta run.
Hey, what's happening?
Blessings to all. Good to see you, Juice.
What's up?
Here's one, Chad. That's just one of them. I'll find another photo. But it's Still pretty decent size, but that's not the biggest one.
Man, those people are warriors.
Okay, these are the 4 that they're saying are confirmed. And this isn't new news, though, at all.
Fap says, somebody put a black jacket on Willie. He looks like he's going to prom.
I just got this is
Comes
what
in
I work
hard with the humor.
All right.
Fap, I don't know how you got blocked on Chad Smith podcast, but I unblocked you.
This is unacceptable.
You blocked him.
I just noticed that today that he was on the block list. I think one of the
here's
wrenches
another one.
blocked him.
All right, so there's the one that in the top right. They said it's for sure been confirmed. But this one on the left, I don't know that he's actually. I think that's just a normal chimp. But still, though, you look at like their arms, just ridiculous.
Oh yeah, they're huge.
And the way that their the muscles and the tendons line up and stuff, it's really like looking at hairless pictures and stuff that freaking got me started from the Joe Rogan thing. That's how I ended up finding out about these guys.
Yeah.
Looking at hairless chimp pictures because it's just unbelievable. It really is.
Man, they're massive too. I mean, that's all muscle.
Yeah, they were saying on average something like the way that their muscles line up, it's like 6 times stronger than ours. The way that what's the word I'm looking for? Tensile strength or whatever. What is that called? When
Right.
you just snap something.
The tensile strength and the muscle density and all of that is like 6 times greater than a human or something to that effect.
Like, okay, here's some photos of, just in case no one's ever seen one. I'm sure everybody's seen photos of a hairless chimp, but if you haven't, you really got to see. Okay, so here's a decent one to look at. That's just ridiculous.
Oh, you still have the other.
I know. I'm gonna open up this other
okay.
one. Open here.
Check your personal bookmarks. That's probably where the link is.
It's just saved in my personal links. Oh, and another really like. I don't even know if I can share that one, but it's a great pose. I'm gonna do it.
Based on that reaction, I think I know what you're talking about.
Are you licking yourself?
No, but just based on your reaction, I can figure.
Oh my gosh! All right, let me stop sharing this one. And share this one.
They're the only chimps that can use weapons.
Mm-hmm.
That would be crazy to see a chimp using a weapon, like using a spear, like they showed on Joe Rogan.
Yeah, because
What
they
in
naturally.
the world
There you
Yeah.
go.
Looking at here.
are you? Look at how much
It
muscle.
just doesn't even make sense. Like it's
It's
so
Look at his
hidden.
neck.
Kill you, and it will eat you.
That will eat
And it-
you.
It like definitely targets your face and your genitals, and then your butt.
What?
Your butthole.
my
I'm
God.
telling you, those are facts. Bam. So there's that
Targeting your
one.
butthole.
You look at way different porn than I do. If you
We're on totally different sides of the spectrum here.
So you got that guy, right? And then look at this one.
My great kids in there.
Where's he?
Hi,
Okay.
kids. As I'm mentioning porn.
Here's a decent photo you can share, Chad.
What
if you want.
in the world?
But look at just. Oh my gosh. He's not in. Here's what's crazy about this is these things aren't even like consistently working out. If you could take a chimp or a gorilla and have them just like actually work out, I mean, who knows what levels they would achieve, you know? Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's insane.
Well,
You know that there has to
they
be
don't know what a
some.
drive-through is either, which is what has destroyed all of mankind. It's
Right.
supersize it. Yeah, that's the death tone. That'll be written on all of our epithets.
Anthony sent me this unidentified S4. Thank you, man. The largest extinct ape, 1,100 pounds.
Poof.
This giant stood 9.8 feet and weighed 1,100 pounds.
Was this on Kong Island or Skull Island? What was
Skull
it?
Island. It is now an extinct species. Lived in China, India, and Vietnam around 300,000 to 1 million years ago. Well, that's a pretty big range of time. Wow. Yeah, 9.8 feet. A 10-foot. So 10 feet with those muscles, man, you'd be.
You wouldn't stand a chance. You'd be doomed.
Yeah. Chimpanzees will go to war to defend their territory. It's the strongest chimps led the group. Male chimps who would run the pack, also called alphas, are at the top. Yeah. This alpha is above other males and gets to that spot through strength and kindness. There you go. Strength and kindness, Sonny. That's how we make it to the top.
That's how we all get along at the end. Strength and kindness.
Yep.
Yep.
Works for the monkeys.
If it works for the monkeys, it should work for us.
That's right.
Sheer strength and kindness.
I'm scared to talk. I don't want it to echo. Chat will kick me out again.
No, actually, you're sounding good now.
It sounds good, man.
All right.
You got the fastest car there at the track today?
I don't have a car here
Oh,
today.
man.
No car. I asked Rocky about the Comet, and he said, "You're gonna blow it up. You're not driving it no more."
Yeah, right. You're not going to blow that up.
No, it won't blow up.
You know how to drive it.
Drive the hell out of it. It will blow up if I keep driving it that way.
Who's got the fastest car out there right now?
He's doing another Mustang. I don't know. There's different kinds of cars, like regular door slammers, we call them, like a regular car.
Mm-hmm. Street cars that show up.
Probably Frank. We'll find out tomorrow. Frank or Jason when Jason gets here. There's these two guys.
Sound made up.
67.
Is that me?
67 Chevelle, and Frank has a 68 Camaro. I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, but have you ever drove
that
2015 Mitsubishi Mirage? You want to talk about power?
Hella quick.
That's Frank's car, the Camaro. Hella quick.
That is a good car. Weren't you in their chat the other time on YouTube?
Who?
Or I'm thinking of a different one. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one there, Sonny. You were in the chat, remember? And they were like, "Oh, this guy's name is Paranormal Chapter." No, that is the one. That is, yeah.
No, that was Chief from 405.
Oh, that's
Big
who I'm
Chief.
thinking of.
Yeah.
Big Chief.
Yeah, him and his girlfriend liked our name, Chad. They liked the name of the show.
Paranormal Chop Shop.
Yeah.
That's a good one. All credit goes to Ben.
Yeah. He Big Chief asked if we what did he say? He said, "What do you guys do at the chop shop, Paranormal Chop Shop? Do you take apart dead people's cars?"
That's a good guess. That's a good guess.
That's actually pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
We work on Hearsts.
Yeah.
That's
Hey, Chad,
pretty good
you don't
too.
have to share this one, but I just want you to see if this is the one you were looking at earlier. It's
That
so
wasn't
good.
creepy.
I have to
whisper at
share
all.
that one. I have to
You
share
have
it.
to? Dude, it's
Yeah.
a...
All right, ready? Everybody close your kids' eyes. Here we go.
Yeah. There's a reason behind this for them, by the way.
Good.
Ah!
Lord have mercy. That thing coming at you?
Watch out for my balls.
So it's hilarious. The bigger the primate, the bigger they are, the smaller their unit is. Like a gorilla, his is super tiny. His is like an inch at best. And it's because he doesn't have any real enemies. So he doesn't really need to be intimidating. But these guys have to, they put a
guy
little
right
more on
here.
display. But disregarding
just
that,
looks
look
so
at the
freaky.
pose. Look at the muscle. Like, I guess is what I was trying to go for originally. That arm.
Yep.
Just the arm and the ribs, and it's just unbelievable.
I know. That's a massive amount of muscle. Look at his right leg, how it looks real
And
screwed up.
This is one, it's only like 120 pounds, if that, or whatever. You know, he might be kind of a big one. But if there's ones that they're claiming are almost 200 pounds, could you imagine what they're able to do?
No. No, because it's all muscle. There's no fat there.
You know, that's a good point, Brasselhoff. You know, I mean, honestly,
Yeah, how does he
that
get
would be
around?
my only... This is, because of this photo, that'll be my only hope if I ever have to fight a chimp. I'm not going to win, but he's going to remember me on the way out, you know? I feel...
You're gonna target those giant stone balls.
Just gonna kick him so hard.
He tries to rip your nuts off. You're gonna rip his off first.
That's the only
that's
chance you
right.
have.
It's
the only chance you got.
Yes,
Yep.
there's nothing else.
I don't know. I think I'd kick a monkey's ass.
They would. Even a monkey. Did you see that video where that monkey bites? He bites the guy in the head right here. He grabs it. He scalps the guy and runs away with his scalp.
What?
Dude, this is not even like a big monkey. their hands are just so strong. But yeah, he bit him just a little bit to get the skin, and he ran off with a good chunk of his scalp. I mean, he didn't take the whole thing, but a good chunk from here was ripped off.
That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Fab says if I had that, I'd never wear pants either. Look at this, ladies.
What pants would you wear?
Oh, did you see Matt's second star survival?
Yeah, you're showing my Cancun pictures.
Oh, that was Matt down in Cancun.
Oh, man. All right, guys. I'm going to go bathe the beard because it needs attention. It went through a lot today.
All right, man. Go get a shower and clean up and come back.
Yep. All right.
We'll be
peace.
All right,
Have a good weekend, Willie.
Thank you. I'll be at the library if anyone wants to check me out. Excuse me, I would like to rage. Nobody, like 2 people in the chat are going to get that. All right, I'm out of here.
Definitely not me.
He's
It
out.
would make sense.
I don't know anything.
You should tell people. I totally tried to get Chad to play. I sent him some videos on it.
Oh, Dungeons
And Chad was like, yeah, no, I don't think I'm feeling that.
At least I was honest.
That's fair. That is 100% true.
Some people would be like, well, I'll give it a good old college try. Probably try her out there. But I was like, no, I'm not. I don't.
I didn't.
Maybe.
I thought I was. I made fun of it the very first time I heard people play too. The very first time I was like, are these people serious?
But you did say that
really
you
got
don't
into it.
have to role play. Like, you could just play it out.
You don't. I just enjoy doing goofy voices. So it for me, it's a very enjoyable thing to do these. Especially if you're the DM, you have all these voices you get to do with people and characters. It's just a very fun way to hang out. And more than anything, you know how we sit around and we talk about these situations that may or may not exist and we laugh about them? That's kind of what this experience allows you to do. It allows you to go through things that, and the deeper that people get into these, some people work through some really traumatic things in their life through a character, so it can be very therapeutic for them to deal with things.
That's true.
But beyond that, there's just these goofy situations that you end up in that aren't really happening, but it's a very, when people truly commit to it, it can be very immersive, I guess would be a good way to put it.
It's also formative for just learning like storytelling and role playing and seeing things through a different perspective. And there's a lot more to it than just, a couple of drunk college kids, pretending to throw dice and say things. There's a lot. I mean, granted, the last time I played was probably like 1983, but it's still the same game. It's still the same idea behind it of just a group of friends getting together and, walking through a simulation. There's no graphics. There's no electronics involved. It's just you and your friends having kind of a good time. It's really
kind of like improv.
Role-playing storytelling is what it is. It's it builds up a part of people that I find kind of missing in like today's Hollywood and stuff, where there's horrible storytelling going on nowadays. But
and it captures that theater of mind, which is something we greatly are lacking.
It tickles the imagination. It allows you to kind of free flow think in a different way that's outside of just it's a mental escape from your day to day. You don't have to be thinking about the politics and gas prices and stuff like that all the time, when you can escape to a world where you can slay the dragon and rescue the maiden, kind of a thing.
For sure.
And it's changed a lot too. Like how you mentioned Enzo about like it not being so electronic, and which is more what we're doing, is less of that. But there has been a lot to people that want to play that way. Like Founder with VR immerses you in it. So you're sitting at a digital table or whatever the DM is, and you guys are all in this digital, with your Oculus on together, experiencing it together. So I mean, if you're more into that, more video game style, there's that style too.
Oculus.
I kind of feel like Spooky would really be into it as much as he loves Lord of the Rings. I mean, Lord of the Rings is essentially D&D.
It really is.
It is. That is D&D.
What's Lord of the Rings?
Fair.
Oh, get him out of here. This guy. This is an abomination.
Oh my God! I just told you're wearing your shirt.
Yeah,
he's gone.
There, now all is right with the world. We've all seen Lord of the Rings.
I watched it the first time I ever watched it. I watched it all in one night, all the movies. And my cousin had the idea to start watching it at about 9:45 at night. So we didn't finish until about I don't know, 5, whatever the sun was coming up. You know the scene where they're just walking? I don't know which movie it is. The second movie? The second movie where they're just walking for forever? And that was at like the 2:33 a.m. time. And I remember I was like kind of dozing in and out in those scenes. I was like, feeling like I wasn't going to make it. All right. I do this too much where I say I'm going and I'm not. All right,
dude. Matt told you by like an hour ago. It's so
sorry,
funny.
Guys. I know.
Take off so you can come back.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
He'll be back.
We'll do a watch
I'm
party.
not saying bye again.
We'll watch something. I don't know what we're going to watch. We'll watch something.
Oh, yeah. You guys said you're doing that tonight. I forgot about that.
There's a lot of other documentaries we can watch.
Oh, my gosh. Basquatch.
Oh my gosh.
Gotta love Bat Squatch.
Out here.
Fap's
He
never
looks
seen
like-
Star Wars or Lord of the Rings.
Get him
He's
out of
a
here.
lying
Get him out.
bastard.
Out of here.
Block him again.
Scoundrel.
Put him on the block list.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how he got blocked.
Unacceptable.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
All right, Big Willie. Go get yourself cleaned up. Oh, did you freeze?
He did freeze.
That's strange.
Whoa,
Did he jump out and that's just a ghost artifact? Oh,
Oh man.
I saw his eyes move right in the last second and then he was gone.
That was StreamYard just being like, you're done.
StreamYard has really been acting weird this past week for a lot of people.
Oh, really?
Actually, YouTube in general has been acting weird for a lot of people this past week.
Hey, I tried everything. I even went to the cable company, got a new router. I got all the latest equipment. I went full Ethernet connection. I paid $20 extra for the highest speed they got, and I still can't watch Alien Girl replays.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, there's something going on the YouTube side. They're making upgrades, or there's something else going on with that because I've seen the exact same thing, and I can watch lives all day and it's perfect. And I go to someone that's it's a posted recording from earlier in the day and it's super choppy. It's good for like 10 seconds at most, and then it lags out.
To me, it's almost like they targeted Alien Girl and my favorite show in the morning, and I can't watch it. But I found a way around it. Ha ha ha. Oh yeah, Alien Girl told me about this little other venue called Twitch. And you can see them there. You can see Alien Girl. You can see Lynn. I'm sure there are many others you can see, but those are the two I've been watching.
Chad Smith podcast.
I don't need to, but you can.
Since you're a co-host.
Right, since I've already seen the show.
But yeah, Twitch is definitely another platform you can use.
I actually like watching when I'm watching Lynn in the morning. I'll have her audio on and through Twitch, but commenting in the YouTube chat because that's where everybody is. Because I'm the only person in the Twitch chat, and it's like almost 10 seconds ahead of everything that YouTube does. Because the way that YouTube processes everything, there's almost like a full 10 seconds of lag from when, much like what we're doing right now. As soon as I speak a word, it takes several seconds before the people out there actually hear it. And then we've got to wait a few more seconds for them to actually type a response into the chat before we see Enzo, shut up, you're babbling.
Enzo, shut up, you're babbling. No, so you're saying Twitch is more instantaneous?
I feel it is. It's
It's a good platform, man. I like it so far. What I see.
I feel like their infrastructure might have been built up bigger too because it's built
More
around
modern,
like gaming.
more recent. Oh yeah,
it's
gamers don't mess around with lagging.
it's designed for speed,
Right.
for instant response, for all of that stuff where YouTube isn't. It's YouTube is for delivering mass content all at once versus that more higher ping rate that or lower ping rate and higher response kind
Well,
of
maybe
thing
I'll
that
make a
you get with
Paranormal Chop Shop Twitch account and then we can stream to there too.
I was
think
thinking
that would
that
be a
too. And
very
I was
good
also,
idea.
I was also going to ask you, the Chop Shop is not going to do the podcast, like.
They are. Yeah, we are.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna make that this weekend too.
Oh, okay, cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, Sonny talked to me about that. We're gonna get him hooked up with the same service I'm on. So the Chop Shop will be on, available for podcast download also.
So
I see
you
the
haven't been
comments,
doing
and I
that.
have to agree. Sonny's mad flexing. He is just like this is like, dude is a
I'm
stud,
not, man.
man.
It's just me.
Come on, man.
Look, it's just me. Not flexing.
Look, it's just me.
I mean, even I'm getting steamed up over here. Jesus Christ.
The shirt's
Oh
tight.
man, that's
The
how we
shirt's
keep our.
flattering like that.
Yeah. Yep. That's you got to buy our merch because all of our merch is
Yep.
muscle flattering.
I
Muscle
don't have
flattering
no
merch.
muscles at all. It just makes it look like it, I guess.
Get the
Yeah.
chimpanzee cut.
is Twitch?
What the hell? What the hell is that Twitch thing you guys got going on there?
Hey, throw
Something
you a
twitching?
bluebird, you come on over here and we'll tell you.
Yeah, we can throw you a blue bird
Yeah,
right at your window.
Not a blue bird.
All right.
What you guys wrong? We need all 20 people from chat and you guys all here at the Dragon.
Jeez.
that would be a party. When it gets dark out here, I was telling you
Ladies
guys
and
earlier.
gentlemen, Trippy
And,
Times with Josh is in the chat.
Oh,
Is he really?
man.
Sorry to
What's
interrupt,
up?
but this required an
Really?
interruption.
Let me go back to StreamYard.
Are you getting
There we
good
go.
crowds out there, Sonny?
What's that?
Are you getting good crowds out there? Are people
up,
coming back
Josh?
to it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's packed right now. It's not even.
Oh, really?
This is just Tomorrow and Sunday are usually the packed days, but it's almost full.
Fap says, I was wondering why my girl just flung her panties at the laptop and gave me that look.
Why would happen?
What do you mean what's happening? You're flexing like a mofo.
It's you flexing, man. You're
Dude, this is like...
Sonny's like, what are you guys talking
slinging
about?
your testosterone all over the internet, man.
I'm telling you, it's the shirt. It's gotta be something.
That's why I get these oversized. I don't want anybody seeing what's under here.
Yeah.
Nobody
Seems
needs
like
to
a
see.
balloon.
Nobody needs to see what's under
The
here
wind
either.
blowing through here and shaking the trailer, guys, but maybe it's blowing my flab, and you're just seeing the flab moving or something.
Oh, please.
The flab. Yeah, Josh, how's it going, man? It's been so long since we've seen Josh.
Man, that is wild. This was the
Long
star,
time.
man. The superstar of our New Year's Eve party, man.
Yep,
Oh,
the
he will
football.
always be the star.
that's right. Yep. Good to see you, Josh.
Football. Oh, when we had his 6.
Y'all got my 6, right? Y'all got my 6?
Yeah, we all got your 6, man. Crowley says, yeah, it's the wind shaking the trailer. That's what it is.
The wind of my grandkids. They're in there. They're downstairs. I'm up in the 5th wheel part, so I'm like way the hell up off the ground. It's a 2-story trailer.
Yeah,
We got it in
Two-story.
London. We got it in London. I flexed for it. They gave it to us.
See?
That's the Jim Goodall suite, right?
It is. It is. This is Jim Goodall's Home Away from Home. Look, it doesn't have a regular mattress. You can have mattresses made, so it's got a big ass pillow top bed mattress. But see how close it puts your head to that headboard right there?
Oh,
Mhm.
no.
I told Jim, sleep with your head at the other end. You don't want to be banging your head on there. He told me, you need to cut that fucking board out of there. I think he was banging his head on there.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
put your hands together for the one, the only Matt from Second Star Survival.
Hey there, Matt. How's it going, bud?
Hey there, buddy.
Hey there, brother. What's up? How's this wonderful box of limp cocks doing?
There it is.
Dude, that requires a BAM. Come on.
Bam!
We all just got bammed.
We did just get bammed. Bam! There it is.
All right. I'm sorry, my meat sickles. I'm sorry.
Meat sickles. For any
Meat
my camera.
sickles.
For anyone not familiar, Matt is gonna, he's a prepper, so he's always prepared and he always knows where to get a food source, no matter where it might come from. So he will resort to cannibalism. I'm trying to get my camera to focus. There we go. He will resort to cannibalism if it comes down to that.
I will because humans are the most reliable resource we have.
And we have more of them than
And
anything
abundant.
else. Yeah, abundance for sure. And Matt's got water, so you got
Hold on,
water
I'm at
and humans.
What makes
As you
soup?
showed us, Brother Matt, the last time you were on location at the unbelievable Buc-ee's.
The Buc-ee's truck stop.
Unbelievable. 100 pumps, all the food and people that you could want. The place was ridiculous.
All the pumps and
Buc-ee's.
people you could want.
All the pumps and people.
Here,
Stop it,
this
you
is where
stupid phone.
Oh,
we've hit the gutter, y'all.
Matt's coming at us with some bad technology right now.
Did we say all the pumps in people you can want, or and people? It's cutting out for me.
I hope you said and people.
Yeah, it's cutting out.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Matt from Second Star Survival, you still got us there, bud? I think we lost him. He's over there at Buc-ee's.
That's those damn Android phones, brother.
Yeah, man. I need to go pick me up one of them iPhones. Yeah, Brassel, he said, that's a good point. He said he never told us what part of his own body he would eat to survive. Yeah, I mean, you'd think that he would start with himself. I mean, I don't want him starting with us. He needs to figure out, like, maybe a different process. This is such a strange topic. Enzo's like, I don't even know where to.
We're
to
cracking
jump
up.
in here.
Angels. Angels are life.
She says, oh my God, there's so many comments I could be making. You guys have set so many things up. Got me laughing.
The greatest jokes are the ones in your head. It's at this point because we can't say those things here.
Josh, are you kidding me, man? You come in here anytime you want to, man.
Matt says, my phone's glitching. I'm at the emergency city bunker. What in the world is he doing in a city bunker?
He was talking last night about how he's working, like, sometimes he works 16 hours a day. Matt works all the time.
Just always working. Security. He's doing security and breaking up people banging on the rooftop and everything else.
Oh, cranking out that
really-
human jerky is.
Is he
a lot of
really
work.
working if he's doing the podcasting with us?
Working. Welcome back to the stream, Second Star Survival. You coming at us from the emergency bunker?
Yeah. So my signal's going to be in and out and everything because I'm surrounded by concrete and rebar.
That's all right. We're used to a lot of in and out around here.
Oh, I know.
Boy,
Literally
oh
on the
God.
4th floor. I'm on the 4th floor because this is the best signal I can get.
Oh, hold on. You're live on location? Oh, sorry. We had your... There we go. Show us
Yeah.
your... Is that where you broke up the last...
Yeah, it's still too early for second star as coitus interruptus. It's
coitus interruptus?
Good.
Yep. Just never know what's going to happen over here on the Chop Shop, who we're going to talk to. So...
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. It's just real long lag.
oh,
You know.
Sonny.
I'm gonna
Aw,
have to. I'm gonna
Sonny.
have to go and get all the internet.
Okay, bud. It was always good to talk to you.
I'll be back. Okay.
All right, man.
Uno momento.
All right, buddy. Rocky is so tired. Rocky's like,
He
can we
wants-
go home
he's
now,
mad.
Dad?
He wants to come out. Yeah, I made him stay in there.
You look pretty tired. Yeah, can you take us over to the track and show us the cars racing?
I might be able to.
That would be cool.
I shouldn't have this good a signal, but it's working right now.
Yeah, it's actually coming in good. And then I heard a car do a pass.
Oh, right now, yeah. Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
outside.
Well, there's a track over here in Milan. I might have to take the podcast over to the track sometime and show you
Yeah.
our track. We got a 1/4 mile track over here.
Oh, that's too far. We can't afford that much gas in California to be racing a 1/4 mile.
That's a good point, man.
We only race 8 miles.
Yeah, that's a good point. Gas is very expensive. Probably $50 a pass.
It probably is, really.
Mm-hmm.
110.
Never even thought about that. How expensive that would be for gas just for those cars, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, because
I
it's got to
have
be.
to win. I can't afford to lose.
Yeah, it's not 87 octane either. You know, that's probably. What are they burning in those?
110.
Oh, just a little bit of 110. I'm sure that's cheap.
I think it's 110. Sometimes it's either 110 or 113.
Yeah, so not cheap.
I have to ask a question. I have to ask somebody's opinion.
Sure.
The movie that we were going to watch after the show tonight was going to be Aerial Phenomenon. It just came out today, but the website is not coming up and it's crashed. It's done.
Wow.
What would anybody recommend as an alternative to watch? Like, what's the hot documentary or something on YouTube that you got to see right now?
Areola phenomenon.
Oh my dear God. There we go. There we go.
I think Willie had those links for that when he was on earlier. It might be a chimpanzee areola, but
And so you're gonna have to teach me how to, because I want that BAM overlay to come up every time I hit a button. BAM.
it's
We need that.
There
There you go.
BAM.
When you're setting up your Stream Deck,
Mm-hmm.
there's different breakdowns for different programs that you can use. You've probably seen it. You've already set up a few already.
It's so
There
confusing.
should be one. Yeah, there should be one just for StreamYards that'll set it up. It should work the exact same way with all of mine, the way I've got all of my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Where, I just, that's what all of these are. I'm just pushing the buttons randomly here.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. That's cool. But you're going through OBS with that?
Right, but there's basically when I go to pick that, because it's the same idea. It's an overlay for OBS. It would be an overlay for StreamYard. It'd be the exact same thing when you go to when you go to your program for the Stream Deck. It'll have an option on the right hand corner, a big column of different programs. There should be one in there for StreamYard, and it'll have whatever the StreamYard calls their overlays.
Okay.
And it should work the exact same thing. You just plug it in there. Just make sure that, like, for the way that it's set up in OBS, you push the button to activate it, and you can push the button to deactivate it.
Mm-hmm.
For OBS, the deactivate thing doesn't really work the way it should. So you basically have to set it to whatever the default is, which would be whatever you're using, like right now. You would have to set it up for that. But I can't speak to StreamYard. I'm not that versed in it, but it should be similar.
Yeah, it just does so much. I'm gonna have to look into it a little bit.
Yeah, it's great that you figured out the lights thing. I've never messed with any of that stuff. That's great.
Yeah, it actually does full integration with Philips Hue lights. So, and I've got like 6 of those in here, so you can just control the whole apartment with Stream Deck.
Nice.
I have another question.
You should be able to also do that with like music and stuff like that. So you could pull up, Alien Girl or whatever, just by pushing the button, and it automatically dumps all of that straight to the audio portion for StreamYard.
Oh, sweet. Nice.
Yeah, Chad,
spooky.
I'm sorry to change the subject, but we were scheduled to have a meeting.
Yeah, we're gonna do that in 2 minutes. So
okay.
We're gonna get off here in a couple minutes.
Very cool.
So yeah, guys, this was a really cool show. If you missed it, we had an awesome interview with the girls from Weeping Willow Paranormal. Not Weeping Willow.
I was hoping they'd open it up to more questions. I had questions for them.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have them back on. They were very uplifting, and it's a good vibe having them on here. So we'll bring them back, Kassy and why do I do that? Why do I just say the name and then I don't have them? Wasn't it Kassy and
was it Reese?
Reese. There it is. Yes. Sorry, Reese. Yep, Kassy and Reese. We'll have them back again on the Paranormal Chop Shop, or maybe we'll have them on in the morning. Yeah, Enzo saved the day there. Thank you, sir. And what else you got, Spooky?
You still want me to ride out to the track? I'm getting ready. I'll ride out there so you can see a race.
We don't have time now, man.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But
The only thing maybe we want to just let everybody know about JoJo Bone. Are we still doing that?
I haven't heard this week, but in case we are, JoJo Bone Show is on Saturdays.
And of course, everybody already knows about First Floor Audio Lee on Saturdays at 3 o'clock on YouTube. First Floor Audio.
Yep. First Floor Audio. Make sure you check his show out. He does an awesome show over there. And then the JoJo Bone Show is on Saturday at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Pacific. No, 6 p.m. Eastern. And also, we have the Chad Smith podcast again on Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. And I think that's about it, guys. So thanks for hanging out with us this Friday. I hope you had a good time. And we'll see you on Tuesday. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, Matt. Thanks for hanging out with us, bud.
Love you all so much. Thank you so much for being with us.
Later, guys.
You